Hi everyone,
Good evening and welcome.
and who is our guest?
I have no idea.
Oh, not this again.
I know, but one thing I do know is it's Codes of the Unknown.
Oh yeah. Good evening, and welcome to Wednesday's Code of the Unknown, joined by the wonderful Deborah.
That's
Joe
me.
Weeks is moderating somewhere in a little back alley down in Southampton. I don't know how she's doing it, but she is. And we have Ellie, who is one of our team investigators. She had quite a lot of encounters leading up to where we are now. So she's going to start off with what her first encounter was and how she got into the paranormal.
Yes.
So I think I've had that many that I actually can't remember which one is my first one, but I think it was I was walking through St. Giles's Church to cut through town, and I was with my grandma, and this really over 6 foot tall man, bald and sort of like hunched over, he walked past me. As he kind of met me, I looked like he gave me a bit of side eye, and then I was like kind of weirded out by it. So I turned around and he was just gone, like disappeared.
Oh.
There was nowhere for him to have turned. We were in like the middle of the churchyard and he was just gone. And I said to my grandma, I was like, did you see that man? She was like, what man? And I was just like, oh, okay. And I think I was like 8 or 9. It was around that time when I started really getting into the paranormal and watching loads of stuff. So I think it was around that time. Sorry?
Did it scare you?
Not really, because I'd known about the paranormal and I'd been surrounded by it like my whole life. The house that I lived in when I was about 5 years old was haunted by the previous owner and stuff. So it's never really scared me, and I was just I was weirded out by it, but I was just like, okay, just carry on going.
Like getting used to it, isn't it? It's like
basically,
rather than sort of because you don't know what's going on, sort of thing. But yeah. So this haunted house, then, what sort of things happened in there?
So I don't really have any memory of it. It's just my family's encounter. So it was my nan and pap's house. My mum and my uncle lived there when they were little kids, and then When I was 5, we moved back. Me and my mum moved back in with my stepdad. And the previous owner lived there, a little old lady, and she would like play with my mum's hair, and my nan would often see her. I think she saw her in the kitchen. But they also had like a sort of evil entity there. My nan said that she was coming down the stairs, and it was one of the stairs that kind of go like there's 2 parts to it.
Yeah.
And she saw this like white mist go across and like a really evil laugh, and she heard that a couple of times. And I'm sure there's loads of other stuff, but that's just from what I can remember being told. But that was lived there for 2 years maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah.
I love a spooky house.
Yeah. Can I just explain something for those that don't know? So, a Paps is Rick. That's a guy, a granddad that comes out investigating with us.
Yep.
And a Nan, who is Sue, she's been on a couple of videos as well, hasn't she?
Yes, I think she's the first one she did.
Yeah, the one at where I can't remember the name of the church, where the Pocket Park
Baptist Church.
Yeah,
John the Baptist.
Kingsford, Kingsford Village, and that was where the graves we couldn't see them, and then they not every single one had been cleaned, and that was well weird. That was on the town. So you for those regulars, you have met Rick and Sue, so you should know who she's talking about. So I just want to put that in there. Sorry, you can carry on now.
That's all right. So and I think around 8 years old, I started really getting into it and watching Ghost Adventures is my main one because my mum and my nan watched that. So I started watching that and like things on YouTube, and I started getting into creepypasta stories and things like that, and just really getting into it. And then I think from 10 is when I really started having like a fair few things happening. And that's sort of where I remember most of my encounters from that sort of time. But I've heard things, I've seen things, I've smelt things, I've like felt things. I've had it all.
What was the creepiest thing you reckon you've seen?
Creepiest thing, I would say I think at first was when I had an attachment. So I was sitting in my living room watching Ghost Adventures typically, and it was really dark, and round the corner like from the wall that leads into the kitchen, I saw this little boy with glowing, like bright glowing eyes peek his head round, stare at me, and then go. And I was so shook up because I was like, what the hell was that? It was so creepy. But after like a while, I was kind of just got used to it and then ended up going away. But I was just like, that really kind of spooked me at first because I was just like, okay, just looking at me, that's fine.
Yeah, that would have freaked me out.
Yeah.
Seeing a kid's bad enough, but with glowing eyes as well, that just doubles it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Especially when they're not supposed to be there.
No.
That's true.
Yeah, so I didn't like that.
No.
Right. Should we jump straight into the questions because they all seem pretty relevant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you kind of just answered this one. It's from Joe Weeks. What's your scariest encounter?
So give us your second scariest then.
Yeah.
Second scariest, I would say second scariest is the investigation we did at Kingsthorpe, purely because I'd never felt anything like that. I didn't know what was going on, and I felt like something was trying to attach to me and something wanted me to stay there, and I really did not like that. And I think that's definitely the second like scared I've ever been.
Was that the one where, looking back on the video, we could see what looked like a child waving to us between the graves?
Yes, it was.
I just for some reason my mind won't accept that and just dismisses it. It just won't. Do you know? That was the one where we did. That was the twilight, the witching hours, wasn't it?
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
midnight till 2:30. Yeah.
Yeah.
To be in a cemetery and then look back at the video and see 5, 6, 7-year-old kid waving to you between gravestones at that time
No.
doesn't help you sleep at night. Put it that
No.
way.
No.
Knowing
See,
that
that-
you were there and you could see
Yeah.
it, or we couldn't see it, but watching
Yeah.
back, we seen it. Yeah.
See, that wasn't the part that scared me. That when I first saw that, I was like mesmerized. I was so like, oh my god, that's so cool. It was more just like the feelings and stuff that I was having. I was like, I don't like
yeah.
this. I didn't like it. It was like something was like using my energy and stuff, and I didn't.
Yeah, because
I didn't like that.
As me and Paps, Rick, we both said pretty much at the same time, it feels like there's something like watching us and following us. Not
Yeah.
following us like step by step, but you could feel like eyes following you.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was more like that than
Yeah.
anything else.
Being observed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Exactly. It's
Right, next question's from Rick then. What phenomena would Ellie like to investigate?
phenomena. That's like the what's it called, like cryptids and stuff, isn't it?
Anything.
Oh yeah, it could be
Anything like
anything.
Oh, I really don't know. There's so many. Like, I don't think there's anything specifically that I want to do because I just want to do it all. I just
you
want
don't want
to
to concentrate on just one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
I
think
get
there's
that.
anything. There's certain ones that I'm more interested in, but I wouldn't say that I want to encounter.
Yeah.
But,
So what are you most interested in? What are you keen?
I really like sort of like the Mothman and things like that, and I'd like to have a poltergeist sort of experiences because I've had possibly a few, but they've never been like dead set. Oh yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
It's always been like, oh, it could have been. So I'd like to have like solid poltergeist activity.
evidence.
That would be really cool. Yeah, I've just like seen a ball move in front of me or something like that. That would be really cool.
Yeah. I'm not so sure.
I've only ever had one thing move in front of me out of everything I've ever done, and that was that wooden tulip that went over my mate's head and landed between his chair and the coffee table. And we all just sat there like, There's all like 4 or 5 of us because we was playing Nintendo, and yeah, it was just. I don't, other than doors rattling, but that's the only object I've seen move from point A to point B.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything move, but I've had things disappear and then reappear.
Yeah.
Put something down and you know damn well where you've put it. And then when you go to pick it up, it's gone and you're like, right, okay, this isn't funny anymore. You search everywhere that you could have been, but you know you've put it there. And then when the final place that you go back to, there it is.
Yeah.
Mad.
Yeah. All the time. I just think it's me losing my mind.
No.
Yeah.
It probably is, to be honest.
I think it's because I've got fairy doors. I'm letting the little critters in.
I've got a fairy door somewhere. I think I've hid it.
Yeah.
In case you come and get me.
Yeah, exactly. Which they probably would.
I have actually moved it. I don't know where I've put it.
It'll be somewhere.
When I hear a knock.
No, it's just a minute.
You all right?
Yeah, Alien's just put, I had a 3-foot fish tank tube do that. I'm presuming it means disappear and then come back again.
Oh.
And then Mike put, I've had lights turn off in multiple rooms at the same time.
Ooh.
That's a bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had one the other day. I'll see if this counts. So I'm sat at the computer desk where I'm sat now, and I was moving some stuff. So I've got the 2 monitors. So I've got an arm that comes up and then spreads out. I had to move one of the monitors because it was covering part that I need. So I had the screwdriver, so I had to loosen it, move it, and tighten it back up. So I loosened it, moved it. I put the screwdriver down in front of me, so between the keyboard and the shelf. A couple of other things on the desk as well. Hadn't got out of the chair. and I went to get it, wasn't there. I've not been anywhere. I've not moved out the chair. I spun round because I thought I could have put it on the bed or it's rolled onto the floor or something like that. I'm looking. So I looked inside my shoes in case it had fell there. Couldn't find it. Come back round and it was there right in front of me where I put it.
Yes. I don't think that's anything to do with like some sort of blindness, like because you're
They
doing
say
something.
tunnel vision, don't they?
Yeah, I don't think it's that at all. I think it's taken and it's brought back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I didn't hear it. Didn't hear it move. Didn't hear it come back.
Nope.
So, yeah, very strange.
Spooky.
Mm.
So you can have that one for free.
Yeah, well done. Not about you thrilled.
Yeah. Well, make you.
For what?
I said you can have that for free.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled.
Yeah. It's all right. So I'm just going through the comments as well.
You'll do.
So, hey?
I'm doing the comments. You just keep your eye on what you're doing.
So,
right.
I'm just going to put this up. So this is obviously your nan. So she's saying that we used to have stuff disappear a lot in our old house, especially keys.
Yeah. Keys seems to be a big thing, actually.
Do you think that's because they're handled a lot, so there's a lot of energy inside?
Yeah.
Because obviously keys are made from metal, so it conducts energy. Do you think it could be because of that?
That would make sense, yeah.
It would, yeah.
So, so what? So when you're saying about stuff going missing, what's a weird, like? So say you add something, you put it down, and it's gone. Where's the weirdest place that it's turned up, or is there not? Is it just like come back to the same spot?
I would not know that one.
I just thought I'd throw that in there because I know people about. There's a guy that I used to work with. He had a watch. It went missing for like 2-3 days. Come back, it was on the floor where he'd left it. The time had been adjusted, but it was between minutes. So each time it went, it was between minutes. He took it to the shop. It wasn't a cheap watch either. He took it to a watch repair place. They couldn't fix it. Like, we don't know how it's happened. That is not. We can't even adjust it because it was up one of those with all the jewels and that inside. He goes, even if we do, we couldn't do anything. It won't go back to what it's supposed to be.
Hang on the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
And it had been like that was. I'm going back to early 90s then.
Yeah.
So
when my stuff's gone missing, it's turned up back where I'd left it.
Yeah.
But possibly in a different angle.
Yeah, like, not the exact same spot.
Every day when I used to come home from work, we had a tall freezer. And I used to come in and I'd put the keys on the door and I'd put my cigs and my lighter on top of the fridge freezer. Then I'd go take my bag in the room, put the kettle on, grab my cigs, go back in the room. And this particular day, I'd gone in, done exactly that, put them down, and then I went back to get them and I thought, I'm sure I put them on the fridge. I can't have done. I must have put them in my bag, checked my pockets, checked my bag, checked everywhere, checked the car. I thought, I've left them in the car.
Yeah.
Not there. Came in and I'm like, I was getting really mad at this point. And I'm like, I don't understand where they've gone. Made myself a drink. I thought, I'll put my drink down and I'll carry on. I'll have another look round. And as I came out of the kitchen, they were sat there. But as they'd been sat sort of facing long ways towards the cupboard, they were sat across.
Right. So it's like 90 degrees.
Yeah. I never know degrees, but yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's 90 degrees, Deb.
Yeah, it's, yeah. I'll believe you.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So can I ask you about the shadow people?
Yes. So that was part of that. I started seeing the shadow person sort of not long after I saw the little boy. So I have a feeling it felt like it was the same entity.
Right.
So after I saw the little boy, I kept having like this feeling that I was being watched. I get this feeling like in my chest when something's there, like it goes
like pressure, like you're being squashed.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And after a little while, I would wake up, sort of every day, every night at about around 3 o'clock, and there would just be a really tall shadow man just standing at the end of my bed, just watching me. And one morning I actually woke up and had 3 scratches across my chest. I don't know if I did that in my sleep or not, but the fact that it was at the same time as I was having this shadow person was really weird.
Yeah.
And he just used to stand at the edge of my bed. And at first it scared me, but at a certain point I was just like, I'll just leave it out. Just go away. I've had enough of it now.
So did you ever feel threatened?
Not really. I think maybe the first couple of times that I saw him, but I was just, I know that if you do give them like the feeling that you're frightened and stuff, they use that energy so that they get stronger. So I was just like, just go away. I've had enough of you. And then it went. But there was one night where I don't know. It was either one of those dreams that was so realistic, but I don't remember waking up.
Right.
I don't remember going back to sleep. So I woke up and I was facing away from my wall, and there's someone standing next to my bed with my sheet over them.
Right.
And I touched my sheet, and at the minute that I touched the sheet, it dropped to the floor, and I went back to sleep. But I don't know if it was just, when you have those dreams that are like so real.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was a dream. It could have been, but that was quite scary.
Is that lucid dreaming?
Possibly. It could have been.
Yeah. Yeah, because you say you feel, obviously you go to sleep, but then you never really remember waking up.
Yeah.
It just like kind of goes in, like flows into reality, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Rick's just asking, because that's quite relevant to what we're on about. Have you had sleep paralysis and seen the shadow person?
No, never had sleep paralysis, thank God, because I do not want to experience that. But no, I never had sleep paralysis while he was there.
Right. Ooh, sorry, I've just got to reply to something.
Yeah, I think, like you said, you're right. I think that they do feed off your fear, but I think as well there is a little bit of fear because you don't actually know what they're going to do.
Yeah, exactly.
They stood there in your bedroom and you're like, right, okay, you stood there, now what's your next move?
Yeah. So there's always, even like when you say to yourself like, oh yeah, it doesn't bother me, there is always that like underlining bit like, oh actually I don't know who this is, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So have you had anything go on where you live now?
We've had a couple of things. So when we first moved in, the house was pretty much empty because we had to renovate it.
Yeah.
I think it was my mum and my nan heard like whistling in the house. And I've seen that the little boy and the shadow figure, that was while I was living here.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so that when I first saw the little boy, that was in my living room at this house now. But I don't think there's anything specifically with the house. I think we've had visits from people and like possibly family members and stuff, but I don't think there's anything actually with the house.
Yeah.
I think we haven't had much go on. There's just been odd bits here and there, but nothing like major.
Yeah.
Right.
Nothing where you could like pinpoint and put it all together and say there's something major going on here.
Yeah, no, not at this house, no.
I just get shadow animals on a night. And my weird light above my bed.
Yeah, halo.
I've noticed that actually, if it's not there, I'll be reading, I'll suddenly realise it's not there and I think, I wonder where it is, and then all of a sudden, ping, there it is. But it's pinged to the right as well now. It's not just above, it's to the right sometimes.
Yeah.
It's all going on. I have no idea. I've spoken to it in my head and I've reached out to it to try and touch it and nothing happens. But like I say, every now and again, something looks like it's climbing out of the middle of it.
Do you ever see it in? Sorry. Do you ever see it in any other rooms or just the bedroom?
Just the bedroom. It's like when I go to bed to relax and read, it's there.
It's coming to
But
get
as
you.
soon as I put my Kindle off, it goes, and I'm like, but I can put me, because obviously Kindle's backlit.
Yeah.
And this is where I thought that it was some sort of light anomaly. But I can actually put my Kindle face down on the quilt, and it's still there.
It's still
I can't
there.
look at it directly, but I can see it in my peripheral vision.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like it's only there when I'm awake, kind of thing. And Gaz couldn't see it. He's only been awake once, and he couldn't see it. He didn't know what I was talking about.
Right.
And then when I said, because it flared, when I'd said to him, just don't look there, look sort of a third of the way down the curtains.
Yeah.
He couldn't see anything. He turned over, and I was just about, and it went dim, and then it brightened and went dim again. And I was just about to say to him, there, it did it. It brightened, and he was snoring. So just no idea.
Strange.
No idea. It's just a nightly thing now.
Yeah, you just get used to it.
Yeah.
Ali, do you want to tell the story about the reason why we went to St. John's Church in Kingsford Village?
Yes.
That's really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Me, my nan, and my pap will do. So in Northampton, they do heritage weekends every so often, and you get taken on like an old bus and get taken to like the most historical parts of Northampton. And me, my nan, and pap were doing one just as something to do, and we went to this church, St. John's Baptist Church, and we were looking around, and it was a really nice church, but there was just, you could just tell something was there. And me and my nan are quite connected, so when things happen, we're usually the ones that hear or see it. And we were just taking loads of photos. We were mainly there just in case anything paranormal happened. That was the main reason we went on this tour. And so we were taking photos around the church, and then they had a little one of the rooms that they'd converted into like a little tea room for the tour. So we were sitting down having tea and cake. I was sort of sat next to my nan, and then my pap was in front of us. And behind where my pap was, there's a window looking out onto part of the graveyard, the churchyard, and there's this tree. And we were looking at it, and we didn't see anything with our eyes, but both me and my nan had this vision of this little Victorian boy, around 6 or 7, wearing like little school clothes, little shorts, knee-high socks, and like a little collar shirt, and he was just sitting against the tree. And I said to my nan, I was like, did you just get anything about a little boy? And she was like, yes, I did. And we described him at the same time, and it was the exact same description. Only difference was that I saw it in colour, my nan saw it in black and white. When she sees things, she sees it in like black and white or browns. I can see things in like full colour. My pap didn't see it, and he was just like, you two are weird, I don't know what's going on there. So we finished what we were like eating. We went out to the round to the tree to investigate, and I was training a little bit behind. And the name Jonathan popped into my head, and I was like, oh, I'll just say it just in case it means anything. So I said it to my nan and pap, and they looked. The grave that they were standing at, they read it, and it said Jonathan.
Wow.
So we wondered if it was like something to do with the little boy. And I did a lot of research trying to find. There's a round the corner from the church, there was an old Victorian school that I think it was used during World War II. I could have that could be wrong, but I think it was. And I tried to I was spending like hours trying to research it and finding like old school files to try and find the name that was on the grave, and I couldn't find anything. So I don't know if that was connected. But when I got home, I was looking through the photos, and in one of them, it's quite a blurry photo, but you can see a hand waving. Right. And like when it's in motion, so the hand's quite blurry, but it was like clear hand. It was clear mist. You could see that wasn't supposed to be in the photo.
Yeah.
And we were both just like, what just happened? The fact that we both had, like, we didn't see it, but we both had the same vision. That's happened 2 or 3 times now with me and my nan as well.
Yeah.
And then I sent it to Andy, and then he realised you could actually see the little boy's face in it as well, which I never saw.
I'm just looking for it now.
Yes, look for it.
I am.
I think I've got it.
Prepared, Andrew.
I didn't know.
I've got it.
Have you got it?
I've got it in my camera roll, yeah.
On the screen. I know I did put it on this computer because I just transferred 2 folders that I had on my phone to this.
Right.
But it's finding it.
It'll be in there somewhere. But obviously that little boy wanted to be known, didn't he?
Yeah, have you got it?
I've got it. Do you want me to send it on WhatsApp?
Can you send it on Messenger, and then I can put it straight onto here then? And then have you got the 2 photos?
I might have.
I think the other one was just zoomed in, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I know it's
on just a cropped.
I cannot find it.
You never can when you need something.
Oh, yeah, someone's moved it again.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Let's blame the spooks.
Yeah. So I keep looking over there because that's where my other screen is with all my stuff on it. So shut up, Rick.
That's what
I'm talking about.
Yeah, he has no idea.
It's come up now. I have no idea.
Can't use my excuse.
It's the only one I've got.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
I don't know if I have the outlined one anymore, but let me see if I do.
Save to downloads. Right. So. Downloads. There we go. Right. Give me a minute while I just add it onto here.
Have you found it?
I've got it. I'm just putting it on. I just making sure it was in the folder. It's literally coming up on screen now. Oh, sorry. So if you look where the chair is.
Yes.
Yeah. So you've got the front pew.
Is that blurry or is that my eyes?
It's blurry. Do you want me to? Right. Let me share Let me take it off and I'll share it so you can see.
My nan sent me the zoomed in and the outlined version. I'll send you that real quick.
Right. Let me share the file. Screen share. So ignore everything else that you're going to see. So it is this one. So can you all see that now?
No. We can just see. No, we can just see like what is it screen? Tap it twice.
I have done.
All right, no. It's not come up as the picture.
Was it not?
No.
Well, this picture here, yeah?
Mm.
You can see that, can't you?
Mm.
So let me close that. Right, it's because it come up on the other screen.
All right. Right.
Is that better?
Yeah, we just need to expand it now. Oh.
Right, so let me zoom in a little bit on. Yeah. So on this bit here, you can see so that's like his hair, then there's a face, and then the body, like he's peeping round from that bit.
Right.
I can see a hand moving there.
Right.
So where the white hand is on the thing,
I can see the hand.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me zoom in a little bit more. So this bit.
That looks like a motorcycle helmet to me.
It looks like a bearskin a little bit, but to me, that's a face.
Right.
That's part of the body, like the upper torso. That's a hand. That's hair or a hat or something.
Right.
but there's nothing that it can. I don't know.
No,
To
it's
me, I
really-
can see something. It's
Yeah.
not sat, but it's not sat on that pew.
No.
It's like coming from behind this
Yeah, the
wooden
back. The back,
trestle or whatever it is. Don't know what you call them.
There is a word for 'em, like railings, but I can't remember what it is.
I'll call it a trestle. So to me, it's there. I can see a hand.
It's like an altar
And I
rail.
was thinking, could it be part of this like foot bar bit here? But it's not. It's not even connected to it. It's more misty and transparent and more to do
because
with.
you can see like the shapes through it as well
Yeah.
from
So
the background.
I'll draw a shape that I can see. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it.
No, I think that's the bottom of that. That's like a skirting board type thing,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, so that is to do with this bit.
Yeah.
But that dark bit and the light bit and then creamy coloured part there, I think that is all one thing.
Right. I don't know because I can't put. Obviously, if I point, nobody can see me pointing.
No.
That above that altar rail thing or whatever it is, there's the seat, and then there's that. That looks like that could be the shadow of that to me.
Could be. But to me, that looks like a Dalek.
Well, it does, but then the top of that black shadow is rounded. It'd be interesting to know what. Yeah,
that's flat.
it'd be interesting. That ain't flat to me. That's rounded at the top.
Yeah, it's round, but then it goes flat. It's horizontal across there and back down. But then what's this bit? How is there a shadow from that? If that goes all the way down, why is there a gap there? And what's that hand bit?
You see, I think the hand's some sort of anomaly, but that black shadow, I don't.
You're not?
I'm not obviously.
Oh, I don't know.
Debunking it. I'm just looking at that, whatever that structure is, and I don't know what it is.
I'm
Is
just
it a
seeing.
pillar? Oh, it's a pillar.
Oh, right, yeah. So that'd be all the way up.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, there'd be no gap for a light to get through that.
I'm gutted it's not a Dalek.
Dalek. Oh, it does when you
It's
zoom
all
in.
right one, doesn't it? Look.
Yeah, it does.
It's all right.
Yeah. We will exterminate.
Then you've got that white bit there, but it's not the same. It's not the same shape. It's not the same size. So I don't. That and that, to me, are two different things.
Yeah. That white part on the left certainly looks like it shouldn't be there.
Yeah. So, but then is that something there now on the chair, which I didn't notice before? Let me go the right way.
Oh yeah.
You've got that bit.
That line, yeah.
That. What's that? Could that just be light reflecting because it's a plastic seat?
Could be.
Could be, yeah.
Same as that second white area you've pointed out. When you zoom back, that's the gap between the railings, showing the wall showing through the gap between the railings.
Oh, that bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you've zoomed out, you can see that.
Yeah.
But that other white bit, no, there's
not being thingy, but it's difficult when it's blurry.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I do believe that there's something there.
Right.
I really do.
You'll have to send me it so I can have a proper look when it's not like on the screen.
Yeah. Let me have a quick. Sorry.
There you go. Rick's come up with a new phenomenon. It's a shadow chair.
Could be. Could be.
Could be anything.
The first person to catch a shadow chair.
Yeah. Woohoo! Well, famous.
Yeah. So what I'll do. Well, see, that's not. That's
God, he's put his hula around it.
So I can zoom in a bit more with this.
Yeah. Looks like a ninja to me. like with a balaclava on.
To me, that bit is the hair. That's the face. That some sort of hand. That's a skirting board. But then this dark bit here.
It's hard to say.
Yeah, it is difficult. But because, like, if that is the shadow of that's a pillar.
Yeah, it goes top to bottom. Well, it doesn't. It goes right up and round, doesn't it? Because it's vaulted by the look of it.
Yeah, I don't know if it goes up there or if it stops
Looks like
there.
it does.
It
looks
might
like it
stop
blends
there
in.
because it's level with that roof, innit? Or it's built into the wall on that bit.
Right. Yeah.
Without going in and having a look, I don't know.
Which church again was it, Ellie?
St. John's Baptist Church in Kingsthorpe.
Yeah. Mind you, that is pretty spooky there, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Spooky dooky. Sorry, I'm just saying hello to Shane.
Right, hello, Shane.
Right.
What's going on? Oh, it's because I've changed. Right.
What's going on?
No, but
we don't know. Right,
I don't know.
I've got a question from Rick. Does Ellie believe in reincarnation?
Oh, I'm at a midway point, I think, with that. I think, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't like to say because sometimes I'm like, oh, that's a bit, like certain stories you hear and things. It's like, oh, it could be, but then I don't know. I'm sort of for and against it because I think it's one of those ones where unless you get like solid evidence and stuff, I'm like, oh, I don't know. But
yeah,
sometimes I do. I'd like to believe it is, but I'm not 100% on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
I change my mind all the time, me.
Yeah. Well, that's when you're out shopping.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So I'm not sure about reincarnation. I don't think if we did, we'd come back as something different. I know we are just made up of energy, so we could do. But then, does that make us a shapeshifter?
No, because I don't know. Because I would have thought that would have been like if you're a shapeshifter, that's kind of a physical thing rather than I don't know.
Yeah, but your body is just your host, your machine for your spirit or soul.
Yeah.
So technically, if you can remove your soul from your body, you can go into any object.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know if I'd want to possess another person.
would you not? Well, someone you don't like.
Weird.
Ellie, would you like to possess somebody who you really cannot stand?
I'd
do it.
Random thing.
Yeah.
I would do it
stupid stuff.
in the blink of an eye. I've got a list.
I haven't thought about that actually, but yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. So you would do it, Ellie, would you?
Yeah.
Just for a laugh. Not
even if it's just for an hour.
Just
it's
to be an arsehole with somebody.
Yeah.
Exactly. Cause a lot of havoc for an hour and then jump back out again. Yeah.
Would you, Deb?
Yeah.
But you know what? I'd keep going back.
Yeah, just mess with them.
When you think that it's all over and it's like everything's calming down, it's like, let's go.
Yeah.
You don't actually know if people that do stupid things are having that done to them, do you?
Well,
like when you're following something, they don't indicate that kind of thing.
You don't know, do you? Because it's like we were saying about poltergeist before, and then when Malcolm was on, and even Preston, people think that everything's just starting to settle down.
Yeah.
And just when you think everything's going back to how it should be,
flares up again.
Kicks off again. Yeah.
It's like an eruption, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd love to do that. I'd rather do that than remote viewing.
Yeah. Yeah. Andy, the possession specialist.
Repo. Andy Repo. Sorry, that's so funny. I will be changing my name by default. Default to Repo.
I'll remember that, alien.
Oh, God.
I'm going to remember that just in case it ever happens.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. I've got a new plan now.
Yeah.
Hey,
You know what? I'd never thought about that.
We're all going to be concentrating on that now.
I'm going to make a thing, and I'll see it in the bottom corner, so you can't nick it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The repo team.
Yeah.
And we're not coming for your goods.
No. We're here to make you look an idiot.
Yeah, but would you not like wait until somewhere really important and then just step in and go?
Just ruin everything.
Yeah.
Just
like, go in and go. A bit like Jim Carrey would, like in The Mask. That sort of
not
stuff.
The Mask. What was that other one?
Oh, Bruce Almighty.
Yeah, that one where
when he's God for the day.
News desk is like blah, 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 blah.
Oh, is that not Liar Liar?
No, it was
Yes,
Bruce
Man,
Almighty.
or something like that.
Yeah.
They're all pretty much similar, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd love to do that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That's a superpower. What do you do? I possess people.
Oh,
why?
Yeah.
Because I can.
That would be really fun.
Awesome. Right.
Yeah. Back to normality. Or paranormality.
Yeah.
Sorry, 1 second. Where's it gone? Right. Next question.
Could be anywhere.
This is from Josephine Weeks. She would like to know, what are you most scared of?
It's in just general fears or paranormal, because it's
paranormal.
I don't like ghost children.
No.
Don't like them at all. I hate them. They're just creepy when you hear them singing and stuff. Don't like it at all.
Yeah.
I think I'd say skinwalkers also quite creep me out. I'd hate when I see like supposed video encounters and stuff. I'm like, oh no, absolutely not. So I think skinwalkers and ghost children, I would say I don't like.
No.
Yeah. Ghost children are quite creepy.
I've heard ghost children running around laughing at like 2:30 in the morning in a house that used to be kept as a crypt before the bodies went down to the cemetery.
Yeah, nice.
Yes, I ended up sleeping there. I don't think I slept there again. It was me, brothers at the time. They're married now, but brothers' girlfriend's mum and dad's house. So my sister-in-law's parents' house, and it was at the top of the road that led down to the cemetery. And they used to have a cellar, but it's all cemented up now. And they used to store the bodies in there before they took them down to be buried. And it's I don't know if it makes a difference, but it was a Catholic cemetery.
Right.
Tell you very quickly, I was at a party. I'd had a few to drink. And brother said, well, why don't you stay here? I'll give you a lift in the morning. Save you having to get a taxi on to come back to pick your car up. I went, yeah, that's fine. So he slept in the front room. I had one sofa. He had the other. I was on the sofa on the outside wall. Now, on the front of the house is a main road, like it's the A6, so it's busy main road. Yeah. Down the side of the house was a dirt track. Now, Deborah Hatswell knows this area because it's the house that leads down to where the monks live at Worsley Hall.
Right.
And I can't remember it is, but it's like pretty much the head of the monks in Manchester live there. There's a moat round it in CCTV and all that. But there's all weird stuff that have gone on around the area for years.
Ooh.
So, obviously, I'd had a few to drink. I'd gone to sleep and I woke up as I could hear 3 or 4 kids around about, I'd say between 5 and 7, 8 years old, lads and girls, running around laughing. I sobered up quicker than I shot up.
Yeah.
Honestly, I said to the please tell me you can hear that. He's like, yeah. He went, don't worry about it. We hear it all the time.
Oh, lovely, yeah.
All right.
I'll never see you hear again.
Thanks for the warning.
Yeah, he goes, you're fine. Just go back to sleep. Don't worry about it. Yeah, all right. And then it kind of like, it it carried on, and then it just stopped. And there's a little window, and I'm talking, there's a little, like what you have in a, say, downstairs toilet. It just has a little hatch open at the top.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to look outside, but I was too scared.
I think I would have been as well.
Because I didn't want to see loads of kids. And I knew it wasn't kids playing out, because the houses down the side, it wasn't an area where kids would play, because about 50 yards up, there's 4 bridges that go over, and they're the motorways, like the M62, the M60, the East Lancs and all that. And it all leads down to main motorway interchange. So these kids would not be playing in that area.
No.
So, yeah. It wasn't, didn't enjoy it. See, I would, but unfortunately, they sold the house now and they don't live there anymore. But we can get down to part of the cemetery.
Yeah.
I don't really want to go too far into the cemetery because I know people that are in there.
Yeah.
So I'd rather not on that side.
Yeah.
But I would go around near where the monk's house and that is. That's where the screaming skull is.
Ah, yes.
So there's a skull in there. Apparently, was it some archbishop or something?
Something like that. Yeah. If you move
if you lift it off the shelf, the skull starts screaming, and bad stuff happens to the person that's moved it until they put it back.
There's quite a few places that have got those.
And I don't know if this is the same place, but there's a picture of a cavalier. Right. It's called the Laughing Cavalier.
Yeah.
So when you go in, apparently this cavalier on this horseback, the picture starts laughing, and the sound comes from the painting of this guy.
I'd be out of there, mate.
Yeah. I'm sure I heard them stories around about the same time, and I kind of got it in my head that they were both in the same place, but it might have just been I've got 2 stories in one. Yeah. I was only like 5 or 6 when I got told all this stuff, because that's how much I've been into it, like Arthur C. Clarke and all that kind of stuff. Like back in the day, I've always been into paranormal. So yeah, so that was that. So I really didn't enjoy that evening. I didn't up until that point.
Yeah.
My maternal grandmother used to have a picture of it was like a portrait of a cavalier from like the shoulders up.
Yeah.
And that was hung in the hallway in her flat, and it used to give me the creeps because everywhere you walked, it followed you. But it wasn't just a matter of like, when you see pictures with eyes on and they follow you around the room.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of an optical thing. But there was more to this picture than that. It gave off like an aura. Yeah, it was the weirdest thing. And he had this sneer on his face. He had, the hat with the long feather in it. And
yeah.
And the high collar thing. It looked like that, but it was, I don't know. There was just something about that picture that's just reminded me of that. I'd forgotten about that until you mentioned the Laughing Cavalier.
Can I just quickly throw this in?
If you like.
One of my ex-mates, they used to have 2 pictures in the house.
Right.
It was like black back, and I think there was metal, either gold or silver. And it was like, I don't know if it was a knight on horseback, but it was a knight. You had to have them facing so one at the back door facing the back door, one at the front door facing the front door.
Yep.
Now, at one point, these pictures got moved, and there was the one at the front door was facing in, and one at the back door was facing in. Someone had swapped them round, and loads of weird stuff started happening in the house. Right. But at the end of this road, well, he lived on Cemetery Road, so imagine what was at the end of it.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
And that was the street that time when I fell off the bridge, but I was levitating before I fell.
Yeah.
And didn't die. Yeah, that was all within 100 yards of all within the same area.
Yeah.
Place called Knob End, believe it
or not.
And that was
I call you in the morning.
That is a true place. It really is.
True story as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's weird. So just with the pictures.
Sorry, I've got the sneezes.
That's okay. Have you had any weird stuff going on with like photographs or pictures or anything like that?
I don't think so. Not that I can remember. I don't think I've had anything like that. I had like pictures, obviously, that like kind of you get creeped out by and like that feel a bit evil, but never really had anything like any of that.
What about people? Because I've had a couple of instances in the one recently, but people that you kind of look up and you think, "Oh God, no! I need to get away from that person."
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
all the time. Yeah.
You
just you can tell when someone's just off, and it's like,
you can. Sorry.
No, I just see with that. I've never really thought about that. I've had it where it's like with someone, it's like I can't be bothered with them. It's just they're not my sort of person. I've had that, but nothing.
No, this is the first time it happened was a bloke in the street, and I was just walking along. I don't know whether I was shopping or whatever. I was walking to the next shop, and I looked up, and just it was like there was evil dripping off him. And I looked at him, and I went all hot and cold, like it shot up my body and back down again. And I thought, I can't look at that person. I couldn't get away from him because I needed to be on that side of the street. I couldn't have crossed over because there's barriers, but I averted my eyes and just walked past him. But you could feel like waves of evil coming off him.
Yeah.
Well, that was the first. That was a few years ago, and the second one was in a supermarket a few months ago. A woman, as I'm coming out of the end of one aisle, she was coming out of the end of the other, and a face. I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah.
But the same sort of thing. I was like, she proper creeped me out.
Yeah.
To the point of like staring across the other side and then getting up the next aisle out of her way.
Yeah. See, I had that quite a lot, but I always just wondered if it was like my anxiety or something like that. But yeah, I've had that where I've seen them, I'm like, absolutely not. No.
Yeah,
you
Deb.
can just tell when someone's...
Yeah.
That was the manager because you were shoplifting.
Oh,
couldn't get away quick enough.
I never thought of that. Well, they never checked my tartan shopping trolley out when I left the shop. So.
Oh, you'll be all right then. Yeah, Joe's put up that the picture of the weeping boy.
Yes.
So my gran had that.
Yeah.
My dad's mum, she had that one in the room that I used to sleep in. And there's one
just to freak you out.
Yeah. And one of his Spanish lady.
Oh yeah,
Spanish girl.
Yeah.
Same sort of painting. I don't know if it's the same artist or whatever. And that was in, don't know if that was in like on the landing or in the bathroom somewhere.
Yeah.
So
that Cavalier one was directly as you came out of the loo. And every time you open the toilet door, you're like, oh God.
Lord.
No. When you're a kid, it just kind of freaks you out. You don't think about saying anything about it. Just put up with it. But I hated it.
You just think you're scared because you're a kid.
Yeah, but your eyes were drawn to it. You couldn't not look. Because I used to think I'm not going to look at it. And as soon as the door opened, it was there. It was like, no, couldn't not look at it.
Got one quick question before we go for a break.
Yeah.
If you went to, say, like a haunted museum or somewhere where there's a lot of activity going on, would you ever take anything from there and take it home?
No. I'd want to. I'd want to 100%. But I know that is a big no-no, because that's just asking things to follow you home and attach to you, and you don't know what's attached to that object and things. So big no-no.
I agree.
Yeah.
Just don't know what
I wouldn't take. What if you just someone give you? I'm not saying you took it, but someone said, "Yeah, you can have this." Like gifted you something, and then you found out that the item was haunted. What would you do?
Give it back. Give it back.
Give it back.
Somebody else.
Yeah, I've got this for you.
Yeah, I think it depends on what sort of like energy. If it was like evil, then obviously you want to get rid of it. But if it was something that was like just kind of there and didn't really bother you, I'd just probably leave it.
Yeah.
Whatever. But,
it
depends on like what it is and the energy, I think.
Yeah,
I suppose.
You'd probably be able to pick up on that anyway.
Yeah, if it was like a little pot of burning fire that would never go out. So no, you can keep that one. But
I'm good. Thank you. I've got
anyway.
There you go, you see. Joe's put a little request out there. Get rid of your haunted items, send them to Andy.
No, I think I might have one. Bear with me 1 second.
What the hell he's going to come back with, I've no idea.
I know. God.
The Ring of Doom.
Oh, yeah, that you found on the bonnet.
So when Beck started work where you work, I was sat where I parked down the side, where your mum parks, picking you up.
Yeah.
I was parked there. No one come near the car or anything. So I picked Becky up. Didn't stop till I got home. Parked up right where I parked outside the house. Getting out, and this was on the front bonnet on my side, just below where the wiper is. So that's travelled from there to my house, which is roughly 4 mile, 3-4 mile, and a few roundabouts and bumps and everything, and it didn't fall off. Didn't see anyone put it on there. It wasn't on there when I got in the car. I didn't get back out until I got home.
That's really weird. That's really dodgy.
Yeah.
And you've still got it.
Know.
Just slightly dodgy. It's very nice, though. It's a nice ring.
Yeah.
I couldn't marry myself. It's too small.
No. Oh, well, that's that out the window. It's always been your dream, and now it's been squashed.
Yeah. Yeah, so that I don't know if it's haunted, but it came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I put it on Facebook, and no one claimed it to be theirs or anything like that.
No.
So I don't know.
Very strange. Right, I need to do some nose blowing, so we need a break.
Fine. Yeah, so we'll go on a break now, and we'll see you back in 4 minutes.
Yes, see you then.
I'll let hold for now.
Bye.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And we're back in the room.
Yeah. Oh.
Right.
Could you say that break needs to be longer?
I don't know where that 4 minutes goes.
It used to be like a minute, and that was right. So then it started getting shorter and shorter. They made it to 4 minutes, and it's like, no, that feels like 30 seconds.
Yeah, it does.
What I'll do, I'll put it on loop next time, and
Yeah,
I'll
just
stop
finish it
when
when
I'm
we
ready.
like it.
Yeah, just stop when I can be bothered. Yeah.
Fine.
Anyway, sorry about that, Ellie.
Right.
That's right.
Next question's from Joe Weeks. What is Ellie most scared of?
Did we do this one?
I'm sure we did.
Yeah, we did this one earlier.
Deja vu.
Yeah.
Anyway, right, we'll leave that one then. And Alien Woods is asking, have you seen The Hat Man?
No, and I don't wish to.
So even though you've seen the shadow people when you like lay in bed and you see it at the end of, did you ever notice if one was wearing the hat? What's the name of the hat? The
Fedora.
Yeah, that what she said.
Yeah, Fedora.
No,
Fedora, that's it.
It's just not that I ever noticed, but I was half the seat every time. But no, it was just like just an outline of a man. Like there was no distinct anything to it. It was just I never saw them wearing any sort of hats or anything.
Right. No worries. I just thought I'd ask because a lot of people say, especially at night when they see the shadow people, that a lot of it, that man pops up now and again. So, yeah, I was just wondering. That was all. I couldn't remember. I know you told me in the past, but I just couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Right. Next question is from Nickname, and she would like to know: are you into UFOs and beings?
Yes, it terrifies me. That's one thing I forgot. Actually, one of the things I am most scared of is aliens and UFOs because I don't know what it is. I hate the not knowing.
Yeah.
So I am interested in it, but especially like UFOs and aliens and stuff like that, it just does scare me a little bit. But I'm trying to get over that fear. I'm trying to
Should we do a Skywatch one night?
Yeah.
Do you reckon that'd help?
Yeah.
If we get a few
I have seen some.
Yeah.
But it's just it does freak me out. But
I was just going to ask you that if you'd ever seen a UFO.
Yeah, we've seen. It was in the back garden, and it was like just this light that was moving really weirdly across the sky. It wasn't moving like a plane. It wasn't a shooting star or anything like that. It was just a singular. It looked like a star, but the way it was like kind of all doing like all of this and like looping through the sky.
Yeah.
Like dead at night, and I was just like
weird maneuvers.
Yeah, and then there was one time where this really freaked us out. We were all in the garden. My mum, my stepdad, my nan, my pap, and my other nan were in the garden. We were just talking about stuff. We got onto the topic of UFOs, and as we were talking about UFOs, there was a singular strike of lightning that almost seemed like it was in the back of our garden. There was no thunder. There wasn't a lightning storm or anything like that. It was just like a singular flash. I absolutely crapped myself. And no one, there was no like, because it's like a molten group, everyone, whenever there's lightning or anything like that, people put it on there complaining. No one put anything. There was no, my friend that lives near me didn't say that they saw any lightning or anything like that. It was just the one singular strike pretty much in the back of our garden, and I felt like I was about to be abducted. So that was good, but
you never know. You could have been. You should have checked out your missing time.
Yeah.
I
been.
didn't even think about that.
Right. I've got a question for both of you.
Okay.
Yeah. and for anyone else in the chat. So do you know, like, when a certain person, like, you seen this lightning, but you guessing that nobody else really seen it? My question is, do we really see what is happening, or is that given to us by whoever, by them, but to see it in particular, and not everybody? Like when you and your mate seen the UFO over the school field, there's
Yeah,
only
just
you two, but there's hundreds of other kids
yeah,
going about, and they didn't respond to it whatsoever.
yeah.
So are you
Selected.
sharing? Are you selected, or are you just picturing the same image and you don't actually see it? I'm not saying it didn't happen, but then do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It can go either way, I think.
I think in my case with that, we were the only two that were selected. Oh, Mick, hi Mick. Rick's made a good point there. Wait a minute, when I get back to that bit.
M gene.
There you go. Yeah, EM gene that allows them to see it.
Yeah,
I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely certain cases. I think it is certain people are more.
Yeah, but then it's like, I was just gonna say, like when I seen that Anubis, what I presume it was an Anubis, I can't think of it being anything else. As soon as I clocked what I'd seen, and as soon as it realised that I'd seen it, it then vanished.
Yeah.
So it didn't.
It wasn't there for you to see. It was just there, and you saw it.
And then when I seen it, it then decided it didn't want me to see it and just completely went.
Yeah.
So then you get that side to it as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Was that for that and not me? Was that wrong place, wrong time?
Could have been. Could have been.
Yeah.
You just don't know. But I do think certain people are selected. Like Rick says, it's you've got a gene that. Because there's other people. I mean, I know countless people that are like, "What a load of rubbish! I've never seen anything in my life," and maybe that's because you're not programmed to see anything in your life.
Oh yeah. But sorry, I'm just going to put this up. What Rick said, use enclosing a wall of energy. But when me and Richard the Red went to one of the first ones we did at Kingsthorpe, when we seen that thing that was cloaking on the bush and it was moving between. Remember me telling you, Ellie? So we've got the war graves that side, then you got the bush, then we've got the others where Ancient Ruby said that rose bush was there. Rose bush was. It was around there, and I just felt like someone was telling me to get out of there. And as I'm stepping back, I felt I was put inside a bubble. I'm guessing now, thinking back and looking back, it was a protective bubble. It wasn't someone trying to take me. It was someone protecting me from what was going on.
Yeah.
Could it be that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Because everything slowed down. Everything went in slow. It was only like a couple of seconds, but everything went in slow motion.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was very strange. Didn't like, even though it was a protection thing, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
No. I think because I wasn't told what was happening, I didn't know what was going on. I think it was more that than anything else.
Yeah.
I don't have control of anything, and I don't like it.
No. Very weird. Right, let me get back to questions. Hang fire.
All right, just reading what you wrote.
Yeah, keep fading in and out. Right, Rick wants to know, does Ellie want to take this further as in some sort of career in the paranormal? It's a good question.
Well, that was what I always wanted to do. Like, you know how everyone says, oh yeah, this is my dream job, but then deep down you have your real dream job. My real one was being a paranormal investigator. Since I was about 8 years old, I wanted to go out. I wanted to go to all these places. I made little lists in like, add little notebooks and stuff of like dream places that I wanted to go to, and wish lists of equipment and stuff. And I actually when I was sort of questioning what I wanted to do with like college and stuff like that, I started having a look at I can't remember the proper term for it now, but the paranormal course that you can take at university. I started having a look at that, and so that was always like, I always thought it was my like unrealistic dream, but not so much unrealistic now, I guess. But I'd always like, when I was younger, one of my dreams was having my own like Ghost Adventures type show and investigating the world and going to all these different places.
Yeah,
it's always something that I've wanted to do.
Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know what's around the corner.
No, you don't.
Be the Hat Man.
Yeah.
Small child.
Yeah. Black-eyed child, dog man, could be anything.
Yeah. There you go.
They're around.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about Dogman, Ellie?
Don't ever want to see it. That's my thought. I don't know. See, things like that I haven't fully researched on, so I can't like give full insight to it. But I do think there's a possibility. I think with all of it, there's a possibility of it being real, but it's just one of those things that you need to see it, I guess, to fully believe in it. But I don't want to see it, I don't think.
So is there anything cryptid wise that you believe doesn't exist?
I think I wouldn't say that I have like definite doubts. I think there are certain things that probably don't exist in the way that is depicted in media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like vampires, for example, they could exist, but I don't think they're running around in massive castles turning into bats and things like that.
No.
But I mean, we never know that these things could exist. They couldn't. Oh,
yeah.
There we go. Lost connection for a second. So I think it's just one of those things where it could and it couldn't. There's no definite answers to what exists and what doesn't. I think that's just how I view it. That you never know.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I believe in vampires, to be honest.
No.
But then I've never been interested in vampire films either. They just they don't scare me. Oh, apart from
Can you go now, please?
Salem's Lot.
Leave.
Salem's Lot.
We're in the middle of watching the originals.
Oh yes.
We've watched Vampire Diaries, watching the originals, and then we're going to watch the next one about the kids or something. I don't know.
The only one
Legacy
that is
Legacy,
Salem's Lot. Salem's Lot, the original one with David Soul.
Dracula Untold is a really good movie.
Not really interesting.
Have you not seen that?
No.
All the Hammer House of Horrors back in the 70s and 80s.
Oh, yeah, I've seen them, but that's probably where
Vincent Price and all that.
Yeah, probably where my disinterest came in, but yeah, I don't know. So I love Hammer House of Horrors.
We're done.
Bye, everybody. I need to go. Thanks for having me. It's been a right night.
No, I don't really think that vampires, like Ali said, as such, as it's seen in the movies, how they're portrayed and all that, exist like that. But I have listened to podcasts and like stuff on YouTube and what have you, of like people's encounters where not so much, I don't know, it's like people like someone's met up with this other, what they thought was another person, and just the way that they have been acting, and like they just vanish, or they just like there's one guy just shot up into the air, and like you heard him land like about 100 yards away or whatever. Just stuff like that, like vampire traits, but not like the biting the neck and the sucking blood and all that kind of stuff. But it's just it's strange.
Yeah.
How there are some traits, but then is that something totally different to what a vampire is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
They're just not my favourite thing. I'll hold my hand up there.
what if you've seen one?
If I saw one, I'd probably change my opinion.
Yeah. All right, just check it. But this is another thing now I've just remembered. So these black-eyed kids. Now there are theories that these are. I was going to say baby vampires, but
Vampiric.
like
Young vampires.
vampire type cryptids.
Right. Oh God, I've just seen my shadow at window, then nearly shoot myself. Outside light came on and it kind of went,
All right.
Who the hell's that? It's me. It's okay, panic now. I'm fine. But yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't know. I've no idea what's going on. I've just freaked myself out.
Yeah. No, I was saying about black-eyed kids being some type of vampire cryptid.
Yeah. I'm not sure, really. I just think they're some sort... I don't know what they are. But they've never been seen to have little pointy teeth, have they?
But it's like, well, yeah, but you know, no one's ever mentioned the mouth or anything, have they? It's just the eyes.
But I'm sure if there were little pointy teeth there, they'd have said they had black eyes and little pointy teeth.
Well, this is the thing. Mike's just pointed it out. This is what I was getting to. They can't come in unless you invite them in.
Yeah.
Now, these black-eyed kids stand at the door. Is like, can I use your phone?
Begging to come
in. Can I come in? And then when they invite them in, it's like that old couple somewhere in America. She was very ill, and he ended up dying. He had tumours riddled through his body.
Yeah, cancer.
Yeah. So was that from them, or was it coincidental? But they want same thing. They won't come in unless you let them in. So could they be what we believed in the past were vampires?
Yeah. Possibly.
Yeah.
I know that they worry me enough to have convinced Gaz not to let any kids in that are begging to use the phone. That's how worried I was, because he don't believe in anything like that, but he'd let them in. I know he would.
You do know something though. Them kids are missing a trick.
Yeah. Halloween.
Oh yeah.
You could go around destroying neighbourhoods and not even no one would know.
Yeah.
Come there. Think about it.
Yeah. I do.
Oh, can I come in and
eat your sweets?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, go on then. Everyone starts dropping like flies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool costume. Nice.
Yeah.
Come in.
Oh, that's what I might do.
Can you imagine them all lined up at settee and you're going, God, they're really cool contact lenses of them.
Yeah, in your house. And Gazzy's there making them cheese on toast.
Yeah, that would be.
That'd be amazing. Not for you.
No.
Or anyone else in your area, but. Sorry.
Bob's hair falling out. No. Work. Oh, there you go. You see, Rick's just said black-eyed kids are just cryptids without the animal features.
Yeah, I've seen him put something up before about people. There are people that are cryptids without the animal feature.
Yeah. There you go, you see.
Yeah. Yeah. But the thing with that Anubis one, I was looking straight at it.
Yeah.
Because it was in line with the road. As the road went round to the right, didn't take my eyes off it. And then it wasn't there.
Gone.
That's the weirdest thing.
That would have been weird to me.
Yeah, it was very.
There and then not there.
Yeah.
That's more worrying, because you're like, right, well, where's it gone then? If it's there and then not there, where's it gone?
Yeah.
You're driving along and look in your rear view mirror, it's sat behind you.
Or you're banging on the back of the van.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turn the fridge down. Freeze it.
Right, V's got a question there. What do black-eyed kids do if they get in? Well, obviously, if we're going by and making them that couple poorly, and they made that couple poorly, so they can obviously affect.
Yeah. Weren't they within 24 hours? Weren't they like throwing up blood like
Yeah,
black. It's like black goo or something. I'm sure it was.
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah, there were some awful consequences to him having got in the house, but
Yeah.
I've not really heard of anybody else that's had that such a dramatic effect.
No.
Weird. Hog your PlayStation.
What?
Blues put hog your PlayStation. Yeah, well, they'd have a job with me. I'd just beat him over the head with it.
Squatters' rights and kick you out.
That's what I was thinking of.
What?
Oh, it hasn't come up yet.
Squatters'
Radiation
rights.
sickness.
Yes,
Radiation sickness. You were on about it earlier.
Yeah.
That was what I had up to my tongue, but yeah.
Because there's another story of a guy who sat in his car. He had to go back to work for some invoices or something, and he's pulled up into this car park, and these two kids come up and like asking him like they need some money to go to the cinema, and then it was can they get in the car and he give them a lift to the cinema. So it was just it was like a bit weird. Can you not like?
Yeah,
they're very insistent apparently.
Yeah, it's like they'll keep asking you and asking you and asking you, and then you'll, like Rick said, you'll look away and they'll look back and they've gone.
Bit like you, then when we looked, you'd gone and now you're back again.
Hey.
He leans back, he completely disappears.
Right, let's try it one more time. No,
Well, he's now
go.
Just a torso and a head.
Oh, dear. Oh, that hurt.
Oh, Eric, Chris, that's really worried me there. There was a spate of black-eyed hitchhikers when hitchhiking was all the rage, so I'm presuming that'll be like 70s, 80s.
70s, 80s, yeah. You don't see many hitchhikers.
No, you don't. It's probably because there's murderers about. You never know whose car you're getting in.
Oh, yeah.
That's what stopped me doing it.
I remember I got a lift once. So I was out, I got to tell you, I was out drinking in Bolton and I got split up with everyone else on it. Well, yeah, that says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I got split up from my mates. Well, I'll start walking back and flag a taxi back because the queue was like an hour waiting for it. I could walk back in just over an hour. So I started walking down, and anyway, this guy pulls up and he goes, "Can you tell me how to get to Manchester Airport?" I'm like, "Excellent," because where I need to go, another 100 yards down the road, is he's turning where he needs to get on the motorway to go to the airport. So I went, "I'll show you if you give me a lift."
Right.
Yeah, and explain where I needed to go. So I got in. I'd had a few. This is getting quite a bit of a pattern, this. I'd had a few.
Yeah.
And I said to him, "Can you just ask before we get any further down the road? You're not a murderer, are you?" I mean, these guys in his 50s is like, "No, are you?" I'm like, "No, just want to get home."
Yeah, that's a really good thing to ask it once you've got in the car.
Yeah. Well, if it
as if they tell you the truth anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As he turns to you slowly and goes, "No."
Yeah, but I could have been, and I wouldn't have told him the truth either, would I?
No, not really.
Okay.
So, but if I'd have asked him before I got in, he'd have thought it was a nutter and drove off, and I'd have had to walk back.
Oh, that's even more scary now. Chris, pack it in now. I'll never sleep. There were cases of people seeing weird black-eyed people getting into lorries, and the lorry and the driver were never seen again.
See, I've never heard that.
I need to look into that.
Yeah, because hey, Chris, can you send us some information over on that?
If he's got any, he may not have any. It may have just been a thing at the time.
Oh, right.
In certain areas.
Yeah. So I'm just reading what Rick's put as well. He said that the kids are stronger than adult human males.
Yeah, because they've got like pure energy, I think.
What is the thing with it being black-eyed kids? What about like black-eyed adults?
They don't get reported as much, but I have heard of them. I've heard people turn around and say, "Oh my God, did you see her eyes? They were completely black."
Right.
But it's the kids more than anything. I think it's because the kids have been seen more.
Right. But like the act inhuman or unhuman, however you say it.
Inhuman.
They're unsure on how to be.
Yeah. They don't know how to be a kid or a human.
Yeah. But then it's like the when they say they see these humanoids and it looks like they've got a skin suit on, it doesn't quite fit.
Yeah.
And it's always like the doppelgangers and that, it's always the eyes. Everything else is pretty much spot on.
Yeah.
But they never get the eyes right.
Yeah.
So what is it?
Oh, it's like when Men in Black, when Men in Black turn up in it and they've got like lipstick on to make them look like they've got lips.
Yeah. But then could that make that, it's only saying, but the eyes are the window to the soul. Is that why that they cannot get the eyes 100% correct? Because
Possibly.
They have no soul.
Possibly. Yes.
Yeah.
This rabbit hole gets bigger, doesn't it?
I know. It makes sense. Yeah. Nan's just put eyes, the eyes are the windows to the soul. So to me, if you can't duplicate the eye, is it because there's no soul?
Yeah.
We're already dead.
There's another one. What about people that stare without blinking? I've come against them, and they're very strange. I've never noticed, actually. Yeah, the odd one here and there. Yeah. Or the ones when they blink, they flicker their eyes, and their eyes go back in their head. That's worrying.
Or when you're talking to somebody and they start moving their mouth like they're gonna, we're on about that. Saying.
Yeah.
And I just think, well, you just say it and save me having to tell you what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But that does my head in. But then, is that a thing? How do they know what you're going to say? They're moving their mouth as you're saying it.
It's kind of like...
I know a few people that have done that.
Yeah, my Uncle Joe used to do it, and somebody I worked with did it, like I said earlier. But I think it's more, like I said to you, with my Uncle Joe, it used to make me laugh because he was so excited about what you were going to tell him. I think that was more...
He couldn't wait.
It was like,
like a kid at Christmas.
Yeah. You see, Chris's brother-in-law's a psychopath. And like he's saying there, my brother-in-law was very odd. He could look straight through you without blinking. Yeah, that's not a good trait.
It's got to be something to do with the eyes.
Yeah.
There's got to be a connection to the eyes and what's going on inside.
Yeah.
It has to be. To me, then, if that's not true, then it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
Weird.
So I've not. The only time I've seen people not blinking is when you're having a staring contest, like at school. That's it. And then his eyes start getting all gritty, right?
Yeah,
you're nearly crying because
I nearly said your balls dry out, but I meant your eyeballs dry out. Yeah.
It depends how long you stare for.
Yeah, that's right.
But no, it is.
Following on from that, then this from nickname. Has Ellie ever seen anyone out of place that looked odd apart from Andy?
Yeah, I think I have. Like certain people, you just look at me like, oh, that's something that's not right. Like
something out of place.
Yeah. I think I can't think of anything specific, but that has definitely happened.
Well,
you just look at them, it's like.
Sorry, I was just going to say, have you seen somebody out of place?
I've seen like people and things as well. It's just like that shouldn't be there, or you don't look like you're from this. I don't know, but like something doesn't look right. Something doesn't feels off.
Don't fit with the surroundings.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah, like just like in passing and stuff, you just look at them. It's like, oh,
not quite right.
But
yeah,
but I don't. It's probably just something I don't really read too much into. I just kind of go, that's weird, and then carry on with whatever I'm doing. Just not fazed by it.
Yeah. See, since I saw that girl, I'm taking more notice of I do take more notice of people. I don't know whether that's why that woman
girl
stood out to me. What?
The one with the white gapy face?
Yeah, with the mouth that took up half her face.
Back of the airport?
Yeah. I'm more aware now. Like when I'm driving around and when I'm walking about, I'm more aware of what people look like.
Yeah.
So it's a bit freaky.
Yeah, I've got a question for you. So you were saying earlier that like what got you into the paranormal is looking like creepypasta stuff. What is your most, what's the word? What are you most interested in when it comes to creepypasta? What's your thing?
Slender Man was always my thing. Very basic, but I was always very interested in Slender Man.
Yeah. So do you believe creepypastas can become real?
I don't know. I think Slender Man possibly, because there has been apparent sightings and stuff like that of him. But I don't know about some of the other, like the Laughing Jack and Jeff the Killer. I think could be.
Oh yeah, that was a creepy one.
Yeah, but again, I'm not sure because it's all just. My thing is like with these stories and stuff. It's like, okay, someone could have made them up, but how have they made them up? Like, how have they been that creative to think of this like monster? And everyone's just gone, yeah, sure.
Is their imagination so far out there that they can make up this thing that doesn't exist?
I've thought about that a lot with like, obviously without werewolves and things like that. Where did they first get the idea from?
Yeah,
you can't just look something like that. I think, let's make it like an 8-foot dog. Like,
if you go back into like history books and that, there's like these scripts about werewolves from like 700-800 AD. So you're going back what? Don't know, 1,200-1,300 years ago.
Yeah, hundreds of years.
And then you've got all these people that live out in the like the Amazon rainforest, all these tribes and that are like South America, like middle of nowhere, and you go in and you'll talk to them and they tell you about these monsters or creatures or demons that live in the area that are attacking the cattle and that, and it's been passed on for generations. Same with the Aborigines, they've got stories of all these different things that have gone on for thousands of years. How can it be made up? I suppose it could be made up and passed down, but then you get there are people reporting that they've seen it or they can hear it, and all this strange stuff starts happening. But then, is that happening anyway? Because it's like the greys that are coming down and taking cattle and all that kind of stuff, and they're just using was it when the mask
cloaking?
No, when they put a mask so you can't see the true identity.
Oh right, yeah. Well, I would have said that was cloaking.
Yeah, it's a similar sort of thing. Yeah. So you don't get the true features. So could it be that? And that's what they're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I don't know. Just questions, isn't it?
Nobody knows. No. We may know one day, but
this is when I said to, was it Preston or Malcolm, would you like to find out what all this is about?
Yeah, with Malcolm, wasn't it?
Yeah. Would you like to find out, Ellie?
Yeah, definitely.
I'd like to know what the connection is.
Yeah.
Between everything.
I think there is definitely a connection. Yeah. Definitely.
But then, with what we do, are we then? Well, that's it. That's game over. We're done. What? Other than finding out who they are, what they are, and why they're here, it's pretty much that's it, isn't it?
Yeah. Chris has made a good point there. Our ancestors had great knowledge of demons and feared them. The science cult has now allowed demons in high places. That's very quite true.
Yes.
Oh, I keep knocking my mic. Yes.
It is. One word, the Vatican. Oh, 2 words, the Vatican.
Yeah.
That's it. Don't need to say any more than that.
Right, last question we've got in at the minute is from Susan. Is there a place that you would really like to investigate, e.g. Pendle Hill, Poveglia Island?
Poveglia.
I don't know what that is. You'll have to explain that.
Oh, how much time have you got? My main places like Stanley Hotel, Doll Island in Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
Poveglia would be awesome as well. Poveglia is an island in Italy that is completely blocked off. It was used as a hospital for plague patients.
Right.
And loads of plague people died there, so it's completely blocked off. You can't investigate there. Well, some people have had permission to go there, but you have to like go through the Italian government and like pay loads of money to get there. And
as usual.
Even if you mention it in Italy, they're all like they don't want to know, they don't want to talk about it. So that would be really cool.
That does ring a bell, but I didn't actually know it was called that for their island.
Yeah,
I've never heard of it before.
I think I've
seen that info.
I think I've seen that on
it's really
something
cool.
like Abandoned Engineering or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I've seen that, I'm sure I have. I couldn't go on the island, they were just kind of like sailing round it. Weird.
Yeah.
Right. I've got two. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, it's right.
All right. I've got
say,
two
like, penthouse and stuff.
for you. See if you would want to go to them. So the first one is Suicide Forest in Japan.
Ooh.
Have you heard about this place?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would I want to go? Would you want to go? Question.
Yes and no. It would be really cool. Because obviously it's like one of the most haunted places in the world. And it would be so cool to investigate there and get evidence from there. But you've also obviously got the risk of like that place does serious damage. Like I've seen these YouTubers that I watch that are investigators, they went there and they found dead bodies there and things like that. So it's like that part of it is because of obviously what it is and the history of it there. It's also like it's such a horrible place that I don't know if I would want to.
Because I'm guessing with obviously the name says it all, there's going to be a lot of dark energy there.
Yeah.
And obviously the more people that kill themselves is going to build up that energy.
Yeah.
And make it more evil, I suppose.
Yeah.
I want to know, I watched a really good documentary on it, but I want to know whether there's something in the forest that makes people commit suicide, or is it from the fact that people went there to commit suicide that it's got such an awful reputation? Was it one or it's like the chicken and the egg in it, which came first?
Yeah.
But it's a very strange place. Even watching the documentary gave you the creeps because they were just walking through and there were signs of all sorts of
No,
things.
I just watched the videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it is interesting.
Yeah.
But I'd like to go and investigate. I wouldn't like to excuse the pun, wouldn't like to hang about.
Yeah.
So,
a quick walk there, walk in and walk out again.
Yeah, it would be straight ahead. Without blinking.
Yeah, looking side to side.
Yeah.
Ruby's just saying one man goes, I've heard this, one man goes into the Japan forest every single day just to see if he can stop a suicide and has done.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Oh, I've not heard that.
Yeah.
Right. And then the other one, now I can't remember where it is. It's either Scotland or America.
Not much difference.
I know, but there's a bridge where for some reason, if you walk your dog over it, it wants to jump
Scotland.
off. Is it Scotland?
Yeah.
Right. There's one part of the bridge where dogs will just jump off.
God.
And they've even tried jumping off when the owners had it on the lead. And no one knows why or what the energy is, anything like that.
Yeah.
I think... Yeah, so it's weird. Very weird. Why is it only dogs?
There's got to be something in that area.
Could there be a certain noise that only dogs can hear that's, I suppose, they don't like, and it makes them either not want to be on the bridge?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is weird. To only target, like, the dogs, that's very weird.
It'd be interesting to do, like, an investigation in the area to see what's what comes up like on an EMF or dowsing rods or something like that.
Yeah,
but
why whatnot? Why only dogs? Surely there are other animals that live in there: foxes, badgers, birds, rabbits, whatever else. Is it all about what lies under the bridge and goes bridge? But that's where I was going with that. That's why, obviously, there's someone trying to lure him down.
Yeah.
And he's like Ancient just said, is it something that only dogs can hear or see?
Yeah.
And we're not picking it up? Yeah.
Yeah.
But then what about... Oh, dogs have only been recorded so far. But, like, surely a badger or a fox, their hearing must be very similar to the dog. I know they're not everything's going to be exactly the same, but even rabbits, you know, they must be that. Don't know. It's just baffled me.
Unless it's just not
only dogs.
Yeah, unless it's just not reported, because there's obviously with a dog, there's always going to be someone there to witness it. Maybe there has been other, but that's weird.
Yeah, that's another thing I want to look into now. I've forgotten the first thing, but that's just taken over it.
Suicide Forest.
No, Black Eyed Kids, wasn't it?
Oh, right.
I think.
Okay, so next one. So what's going about cryptids? What are your thoughts on these other sort of cryptids like Goatman, Frogman, Lizardman? Not reptilians. Do you reckon that there's like lizard type people that live near the Everglades in Florida?
I don't know. I've heard stories of like people seeing them, but again, it's all speculation, isn't it? Like, I don't know. I think Goatman's more, but then I don't know. It's one of those things, isn't it? You just don't, unless you see it, you never know what it is.
It's like people's reports.
You have to be 50-50 with it.
Yeah, that one worries me.
What, Pigman?
Yeah. Don't like the thought of that. Yes.
No, I know. I did that on my very first podcast.
Did you?
I'm full of a cold. It was great.
Nice.
It doesn't exist anymore. Deleted it. But no, I was going to say, you threw me with that.
What, Pigman?
Yeah, Goatman. So a lot of people think it could be like a guise as a devil, like disease and all that kind of stuff, and it's like about 5.5, 6 foot tall. But then, could it be like some sort of skinwalker or shapeshifter or a troll-like creature?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Can you lot stop smoking crack?
No, it was V that set me off when he put man, dog, pig.
Yeah. It's like that thing in the League of Gentlemen.
Yeah.
The chimp, the pig, and something else was sewn together to stop him building the new road through the village. Yeah. That's what I thought it was then when I read that.
Yeah.
But so what about all these other like cryptids and stuff? All of a sudden, it's like you're not getting any reports of them. You're getting greys, you're getting dogmen, Bigfoot.
You see, Rick's just made a comment there. Ape man, wolf man, pig man, lizard man. Do you see the pattern? If you can genetically engineer just one of these cryptids, you can engineer them all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
that's one.
Oh, yeah, of course it was.
Then Ruby's saying they did not stop with Dolly the sheep. She was just the test to see public reaction.
Yeah. They did a lot more before that.
Yeah, they did.
And that was the only one that they've told us about.
Yeah, I agree.
Human engineering.
Yes.
Of course, that's been going for years. They're not going to tell us, but...
No, because people are saying, oh, no, they'd never do that because it's not ethical. It's not whatever.
But it's not humane.
Humane, yeah. That's a moral. We'd never do that. Of course they wouldn't.
Oh, we'll never do that at Portadown.
No.
Of course we won't.
No. Of course, it's been going on.
Can I'll tell you anyway. I don't care. I know someone that was at Portadown. I've been there as well, but different reason. There's a guy working there, and he ended up going into the wrong room. And this room that they went into was loads of glass, like suppose like museum display units.
Yeah.
And there's one of a skeleton of a dog about 6 foot from foot to shoulder with 2 heads.
Yeah.
And why would they have that in a glass cabinet in a room in a secure military base?
Yeah.
Obviously, I can't tell you who told me.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's high up in what he does, civil servant. So that's all I can say. So yeah, what else is there?
Yes.
Because the security guy come running down, screaming at him to get out of this room that he shouldn't be there. Yeah. And how did they ever get in that room to start off with? So
yeah,
there's a lot of
area
you'll never see.
Yeah, imagine what we don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'd love to know what's going on in Area 51. What's happening in there?
Yeah.
Like they could be doing all sorts in there. It's just
I can't remember who it was that we spoke to. Said, "Oh, there's absolutely nothing at Area 51 at all." But he might not know what's going on at Area 51.
Jodie?
No, I think it was Jim. Maybe Jim.
Yeah, Jim Goodall.
Yeah.
Joe's just said, Ratman.
Ratman. That ain't Ratman. That's Dogman.
What's that? Rat Dog Pig Man.
That's just not right. Whatever that is not right.
That was the one from Cannock Chase.
Yeah.
On a farm.
It's a farm near Cannock Chase, isn't it? Yeah.
So these are the other pictures. I know everyone hates me putting the pictures up, but I love it because I'm nice like that. Yeah. See, now look at the top half. God. The top half's moving, but all the grain and gravel and everything, and even the feet are not blurry. And
that's disgusting.
And there's that's the negative to it as well.
Yeah. So that's just not right to me. That's not right.
No.
And that one, looking.
Yeah.
Now looking at that could be like 2 foot tall.
It could, yeah. But then if you look at this trailer, I mean, I don't think it's as. Imagine if it was straightened up because it's kind of knees are bent.
Be 2.5 foot tall.
Yeah. But if it came further towards this trailer.
Yeah, but then that could just be like the size of a dog or. I'm not saying it is. It could be 8 foot. I can't tell, to be honest, because I weren't there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Weird. It's the negative when the negative. It just.
It's strange, isn't it?
Very strange.
There you go. Don't have nightmares.
Yeah. Night, children.
Yeah.
It's the hand. Look at the fingers, and it's like a woolly rat boy.
Woolly rat
very
boy.
Angry face as well.
Yeah. Woolly rat boy. Yeah, you won't be saying that in the middle of the night when it knocks on your door and says, "Excuse me." I'll tell you, I'm a woolly rat boy.
Yeah. I'll be saying something, but it won't be that.
Yeah.
So, there we go.
Right.
Everyone appreciates them photos.
Yeah, they do. I do, even though they creep me out. Oh, I'm getting sick of this blooming. That's it. All right.
Any more?
Oh, no, what have I done with my comments? What's going on here? I have no idea what going. Well, I don't know.
Don't touch anything.
I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. Oh, quickly.
We
need to find out who's on.
Oh,
not this week, because we know who's on this week. Deborah.
I have no idea. Yeah, you even put the creepy voice on that. Which
did you hear the "you know" at the end?
Yes, very scary.
That was from the EVP that I did with Nathaniel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we all thought,
that's a real EVP.
we all thought it was Vincent, but it wasn't.
Oh,
It
so
was Vincent anyway.
3 weeks on the website with the wrong name.
Michael E. Boyd. The week after.
Yes. Oh, look at you doing your homework.
Yeah. Stefan, go on, say his surname, Stefan.
Lubicek.
On Friday.
And do you know how I know?
How do you know?
Because I spoke to him about half an hour before doing this. I said, "Can you tell me how you pronounce your surname?"
I was going to ask you to ask him, actually.
Yeah, of course I'm going to ask him. Who's on the week after?
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
The week after is Jack Carey.
Yes, the long-awaited. Who's on after that?
Then after that, we have Kathleen Marden herself.
And who is she?
She is Barney and Betty Hill's niece.
So the very first Betty Hill are abductees from, was it the 1959, 60?
61, I think. 1961.
50s, early 60s, and they both had regression, but she didn't really need the regression from what I can remember, because her dreams, like yours was so real that she was remembering everything that was going on when she was taken inside the craft. Yeah. Did they lose something like 3-4 hours of time?
About 4 hours, I think, yeah.
Yeah. So it's their niece that's coming on.
Yes.
And very, very lucky to get her on, because she is so busy the whole of this year.
Yeah.
I threw about 10 different dates at her, and it was can't
pick
do that.
one.
Can't do that. Can't do that. I can do that one.
Do it.
Yeah. So she's on in 3 weeks. 3-4 weeks.
Yes.
Look at you, like a child in a sweet shop.
Joe asked me where my silver star was. It's for best question.
Oh, right.
It's for best question, but I haven't picked one.
So you get a silver star flyby.
Yeah.
When you get the best question. So
stuck to a wooden skewer.
It's still got kebab on the end.
When you edit this, Andy, can you just edit this bit out so it just looks like it's floating past?
Put some streaky things behind it.
Yeah. Like I said before, never let it be said that we don't hand out awards.
We are the awards.
We are, yeah. We're very special anyway.
Who needs that when you can have us?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh.
So we've got no more questions.
Nope.
That's
it. And we are at 2 hours.
Well done. Look at that.
So thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thanks, Ellie.
Thank you.
Really enjoyed it tonight.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It was different. It's a different way of doing it.
Yeah.
We do like to keep it different and not do the same as everybody else. And it's boring. Sitting there, not blinking or smiling.
We have
a monotone.
We have a sense of humour.
Falling into the bottom corner of my screen as I leave the will to live. So,
I don't understand what you mean there, Andy. It's really weird.
It's like I said before, someone said to me about having a script and just like reading it. It's like, I can't do it.
No, it's not.
I might as well get a book and read it out to you. You'll be asleep within 30 seconds. I'll be asleep within 30 seconds. So I just go with the flow. Natural.
Yeah.
Is the best
way
to
do it.
But we definitely need to get you to come on when we've got guests on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We really do.
Yeah.
So,
sounds good.
Sorry, V, your question never came up.
Shout it dead loud and we can ask it.
Yeah. All the way from Bristol. Anyway.
Don't tell anyone where he lived, he said.
No, right, sorry about that.
We're going to be going around his house.
Somewhere else.
All them black-eyed kids knocking on his door.
Actually, his comment hasn't come up either on my StreamYard bit, so I don't know what's going on there.
No, it's not on mine. Oh, I asked a question too. That's all I've got.
No? Weird. Anyway.
Right. No worries. Well, if you send it to me or Deb, we can pass it on to Ali. No problem. And you'll be seeing a lot more of Ali when we go out doing investigations as well. And
like we're seeing a lot less of Andy now he's scratching his back.
Oh, it's his chair. I need a new chair.
Not the chair. You keep disappearing, man.
No, it's getting dragged into his portal. That's right.
Not quick enough.
Fall out with people, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I'll get a staff for you.
I bet you will and all.
Oh, you can't remember what it was.
Anyway, if you do, send me or Andy it. We'll pass it on.
Yeah, so don't go anywhere yet, Al.
Yes,
and on that wonderful bombshell from V, we're going to leave you, and we will see you on
Friday.
And we are joined by...
We're joined by Stefan, that bloke.
Lubicek.
Need to remember that.
Lubicek. Yes. Well, he's telling me the L is pronounced technically as a W.
Right.
Like Lubicek.
All right. Lubicek, yeah.
Oh. Well, he said there's like 3 or 4 different pronunciations.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Yes, so that'll be good. And don't hold your breath. He is a musician. There's a very strong possibility he'll be giving us some original music as well.
Whoop, whoop.
If he can get everything in place by then.
Yes.
So
Super.
If not, I said he can come back on and we'll just do a music
jamming session.
We'll just have a new music. We'll just have a cold fest instead.
Yeah. I'll get the triangle out.
Yeah,
So.
I'll get the blocking spiel.
Yeah, we don't need to see that, do we?
Oh, such a knob.
Anyway.
Anyway, gonna go.
Take care, everybody, and thanks for joining.
Lee's just put all his handy stop cloaking. I keep losing the air and everything. Well, but you know, the stream has been really good tonight.
Yeah, I've enjoyed tonight. It's been great.
Thank you, everyone in the chat. Thank you, Joel, for popping in and pretending to mod. Thank you to Rick and Nickname for the questions.
Yes, thank you.
Did anybody else put any in?
Yeah, they will have done, yeah.
Were they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Thanks anybody that sent the questions.
Thank you to V for not putting your question in but saying you did anyway. And we will see you in 2 days. So have a great
2 days.
Thursday and see you on Friday. All right. Catch you all later.
Night, everybody.
Have a wonderful one day. See you soon.